up to now, we've been focusing mainly on the session view of Ableton Live, which is this window here, and it'll appear when you have the session view selected here. The other view is the arrange view. Now, this is a sequencer which you may be familiar with from other music software, and now, whereas before the tracks were arranged as vertical columns and our clips lived in clip slots, the tracks in the arrange view are arranged as horizontal rows, so each track has its own row here. And at the moment there's no clips, but when you start to bring them in, when you hit play, time runs from left to right, so represented by the bar numbers up here, and the time, is shown down at the bottom. So time on the left to right, and tracks running top to bottom. So when you have your material ready, I flipped over the views there by pressing the tab button on the keyboard, so you can do it either by clicking on these view buttons or hitting the tab button on the keyboard. So when you've got your material ready in the session view, there's a couple of ways of getting it over to the arrange view. So the first is copying and pasting. So copy it over here, hit tab to go over to the other view. Make sure you're in the right track. So I copied a drum kit loop. I'm going to paste it into the drum kit track. Okay, so now you'll see it's only taking up a tiny space. That's because when you paste a loop, it only pastes a single repetition of that loop. So to make it continue looping, grab the end and resize it. Now each of these little black lines shows when a new repetition begins. And when you hit play, okay, so you'll only hear what's actually thrown into this view. You have to be aware as well, if you make any changes over on this side, so if you hit play on something over here, you'll notice this red button is lit up. So what's happening here is that a change is being made in the session view that isn't actually reflected in the arrange view. So although I can hear that rubber melody going ahead, it's not laid down here anywhere. So to get back to exactly what I have in the arrange view, click the back to arrange view button. So now we're back to just this looping over. Okay, the second way to get stuff from one view to another is to tab drag it. So if you click and drag on a loop, now hold on to that and hit tab on your keyboard, you'll flip over to the other side and you can drop it in then. So make sure it's in the correct track. So bass goes into the sub bass track. Once again, resize it to make it loop. Right, now the third way to get material from the session view to the arrange view is by recording it directly in real time. So I'm going to flip over, going to select all and just delete this. I'm going to clear this completely to allow a space to make a recording. To record material from the session view to the arrange view, click the record button at the top of the screen. So now the arrange view is armed for recording. Then as soon as you hit play on any of the clips over on this side, your actions will start being recorded in the arrange view. And that includes any clips you play or stop, any changes to the volume or panning or any effect parameters or anything like that will all get recorded into the arrange view. So have a go at this. Try it, arm the arrange view for recording, then play a little set using these various loops and changing effects and volume and panning as you go. And as you go, you'll see that your actions have been recorded over into the arrange view.